Welcome. Daily dose of dopamine, Susan Scarlett, Robert Cochran.
We're feeling a little punchy today, Susan.
What's going on over there?
It's great. I don't know. So there's a media thing about what we're doing that fascinates me. For those who don't know, I have a background in journalism, bachelor's or master's in journalism, and now the PhD, of course, in something totally different. Now for something completely different, interdisciplinary health sciences. The media thing's always fascinated me. It was my early desire to be a media member, studied and worked in the field enough to go, maybe not the way I wanted to be, sports guy and all that. And at any rate, I continue to be fascinated by it and repulsed at the same time sometimes because of the importance it plays in our life. We are now media members. We are new media members in what we're doing here. And the crossover in what we're doing that fascinates me is we have been for years having the conversations we're having now offline. And sometimes those kind of bled and flowed and felt whatever. Now we have constrictions. And they're rightly made constrictions because there's intent and purpose to what we're doing. We want to build an audience. Why do we want to build an audience? To let more people know about Yes and Exercise broadly, Victory Summer broadly, to spread this message of joy, positivity, community, creativity, connection, all these things together. So within that, we bump into uncomfortable truths like time sometimes, or conversations that maybe don't fit in the box. And then sometimes feelings get bumped up against, like, wait a minute. And are we doing this? Go.
Well, and that's when it's important, when that feeling was something else inside and we feel something. If we ignore that moment, if we ignore we're from a place of fear or insecurity or whatever it might be, or lack of confidence, you can express it very well, or whatever it might be, it goes untended. And it sits down there and it's still there, which is why, I brought that thing up again, that it triggered you, because it's like, have we not discussed this till the ends of the earth? And apparently there were a couple little pieces based in emotion that we hadn't touched on,
Well,
and we both did.
exactly. Sometimes we think we've been inordinately clear with another person. And I tell you, it's one of my total constant failures as a human being, as someone who prides himself on communication, that I consistently say things or feel things internally that I assume other people must have heard or felt. It happens all the time.
And you can count on me to call you on it if
Right.
if I get, disconnected. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And that's maybe almost the clue. If you feel, you or me or anybody in a conversation, a little glimmer of disconnect, that you were connected and then something went a little sideways, boy, that's important. And most of us just run right over it because we're nervous about something.
let me note something on that. Yes, and that you may have seen me last couple of episodes here and here. I am occasionally jotting. I'm listening and jotting because you know what happens. And again, we're speaking about media. We're doing a little guts here right now. One of my jobs is, when I get done with this, is to cut and paste and drop this into YouTube and put brief descriptions on this. Why? So that people can find it, so that down the road when we want to, yes, and we've done, we know what it is. So rather than try to go back and figure out what it was about, it's just time taking. I don't have time for that. I'm putting quick notes down here about what we're saying, what these episodes are about. Because for those of you who watch, you see the first two lines, I try to add things. Or if I'm going to add a link, for instance, to something, I put that forward. Now, the reason I bring it up based on what you just said is we talk about connection. Generally speaking, you and I really connect. Do you ever feel disconnected when you're on with somebody and you'll see them, especially in a Zoom room? People get this a lot. And are they really chatting somewhere else? Are they looking up a website somewhere else? Are they really here? Because our normal face-to-face cues are missing within this box, right? There's a lot of opportunity to distract, to get a notification, right? What do you think about that connection and then potential disconnection in this new type of format we're doing?
Robert, it's everywhere all the time. It's not even just limited to the Zoom room. It's people who have their cell phone at the table. You know,
Mm,
So what do I feel about that?
yes.
I feel unseen. I feel less seen, at least.
Uh,
I feel uh, a level of disrespect,
mm,
potential disrespect. Makes me sad.
mm.
So, yeah. Am I ever guilty of that? Sure. Yeah, I am. In my case,
Shout
just
out to my boy Dustin Davis.
oh,
Another story for another time, but exactly what you just said.
he goes and researches, right? In the middle of conversations.
No, he remember he called me out and he was totally right. I was distracted one day. I was coming off of one of our doses and things like that. And I was late and I was in another place. And then there was a notification and he felt all kinds of hurt and totally reasonable. And I felt all kinds of horrible shame and pain because I knew he was right. And like you say, and good on you. You just admitted, I hate feeling that way. And am I sometimes guilty of it? Yep. More than anything, these devices, love them, are responsible for that.
Oh,
And
yes.
I don't mean to put it, it's all them. It's our feeling and attachment to them, right? And this is why I think talking media is such an important thing. And before we uncover something else, that's your daily dose.